Hey everyone, this is David Brown with the migration update for March 25th, 2025 from the Derby Hill Hawkwatch. Today started out cool and overcast with moderate to strong west-southwest winds, so we ended up staying at the north lookout for the morning, and there was even a bit of sunshine in the mid-morning, so it turned into a really nice day with that blue sky. And then as we got into the early afternoon, it clouded over again, and then there was a wind shift to west-northwest that pretty much shut down the flight. Here's a hawk shaped like a flying cross. We see a long tail, large head, and long wings held out straight with rounded tips. This is a Cooper's hawk. We had another good day for turkey vultures with the first groups getting up around 8:15, and in the first few hours of the count, we had medium groups passing through. It slowed down a little bit later on, but we ended up with around 850 total for the day. So really good flight of turkey vultures as we enter the peak time for that species. Here we have a large raptor with dark wings and body and a white head and white tail. Of course, this is an adult bald eagle. Here we have a raptor with a long tail and kind of thin, somewhat pointed wings. We see its overall light underneath with perhaps some streaking to the upper breast and a brown head. This is an adult female northern harrier. Here we have a buteo. We see a very obvious belly band, and we also see dark patagial bars. Overall, the wings are pretty light in color. We don't really have a bold trailing edge, and we can see some light shining through the inner primaries. This is a juvenile red-tailed hawk. Here we have another buteo. This one has a dark tail with some thin white bands, and we see some orange plumage to the underside and black and white patterning to the wings, and perhaps we can even make out the pale crescents near the wingtips because this is an adult red-shouldered hawk. Here's a look at another adult red-shouldered hawk, this one in the classic soaring posture. Here's a group of 4 slow flapping birds that were heading directly north out over the lake. We can see long trailing legs, and we see necks that are curved into an S shape and long bills because these are great blue herons. Here we have an eagle, and on this bird we see a large head and large bill, and we see a lot of white in the wing pit areas. This is a juvenile bald eagle. As we got into the midday, we started to get some lake effect snow squalls passing through. From the north lookout, we had a total of 39 species. By 2 o'clock, the winds had shifted west-northwest, and because of that northerly component, I made the switch to the south lookout. This photo's pretty terrible, but it was a shorebird flying over a wet field. This was the first Wilson snipe of the season. Another first for the season was common loon. Here we have 2 out of a total 6 that I saw today from the south lookout. From the south lookout, I had 16 species. Due to the poor weather, I was able to wrap the Hawkwatch up a little bit early and get my stuff done, so I decided to go for a hike on the trails at the Derby Hill Bird Observatory. And after that nice hike, I decided to walk over and take one look out over the lake, and I had perfect timing because it was just at that moment that the first Caspian tern of the season was flying by. And as far as I can tell, this is only the second report of Caspian tern for New York State this year. There was one reported yesterday at the Braddock Bay East Spit, another spot I'm very familiar with. So it seems like the first few Caspian terns are just starting to come in. But if you look at the eBird map, there's really not that many sightings in the region yet. There were also some ducks on the lake, including some white-winged scoters, a long-tailed duck, a common goldeneye, and some red-breasted mergansers, and there were also a few dozen ring-billed gulls and American herring gulls migrating past. The 3 new species today were Wilson snipe, common loon, and Caspian tern, bringing us to a total of 94 species for the season. Taking a look at the hawk count report for our migrant raptor totals, today we had 850 turkey vultures, 3 bald eagles, 3 northern harriers, 3 sharp-shinned hawks, 1 Cooper's hawk, 5 red-shouldered hawks, and 6 red-tailed hawks for a total of 871 migrating raptors. That brings the season total to 11,381. Taking a look at the forecast for tomorrow, it's mainly cloudy with snow showers in the morning, temperatures in the mid-30s, and westerly winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Overall, it's not looking like great conditions. Maybe some turkey vultures will be moving, but I wouldn't expect much otherwise. Thursday's looking better, mostly sunny with a high in the mid-40s and westerly winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. I'd expect moderate migration for Thursday. And Friday's looking partly cloudy, then cloudy with a high in the mid-40s and light north-northwest winds. So it's an unfavorable wind, and we'll be down at the south lookout, but it's a fairly light wind, so we could still get some migration for Friday. All right, well, it was a chilly morning of hawk watching with that westerly wind coming straight into our faces, but we had a nice push of turkey vultures to make up for it. And then when the hawks slowed down, it was nice to at least get a few new species for the season. It had been 6 days since we had a new species for the season, so hopefully as migration starts to ramp up, we'll get them more frequently. Hope to see you out soon at Derby Hill. From Lego Birds, this is David Brown. Thanks for watching.